Okay, P11-6. Looks like we have some symmetry. There is a note that the circular cuts at the top of the object have a diameter of 40 millimeters, 1020 steel, and we're going for volume again. So one of the things that comes up with the exam projects examples is that there are some things that have variation in size. So you could possibly, maybe these are 40 to start, and then the next question would be change all of these to 60 or shrink them to 30, whatever would facilitate the rebuild. All right, so we have a note that says object is symmetrical about the vertical center line, so we can draw half of it and mirror it. The slot would probably do a center point slot, and then the arc. So really the geometry that I want to create is going to be along the lines of this profile and then mirror it. So it looks like 80 on the height. We've got an offset to that first level of 4, and then there is a tiny radius that I'm going to have to zoom up on the detail to be able to look at. Radius of 5 in 2 places. All right, so new metric part. First thing, whenever we're doing a symmetry or revolve, is we want to go ahead and just drop in that vertical center line and usually just escape out of it. This time we're going to have, well, we can go ahead and put in the center point arc to kind of get that started, but I don't want to take it further than that. So if I'm going to drop in a dimension real quick, that'll help me with the scaling, and the relation will go horizontal. All right, so coming out a little ways, don't know that it would be tangent. We're not really given a center point, but I think I will stay with that so that we can bring that up. And then it's going to go to lines, so L on the keyboard, and bring it up vertical, and then I can make those tangent. All right, so that one's going to go all the way to the top, L for line again. Might as well stay in the line and bring over that segment. And we are given a point up here, so let's see if we can just go ahead and continue. All right, so what I always end up doing with the center point arcs is if they go the wrong way, I just keep dragging them until I get it where I need it. All right, so radius of 50 on the lower. And then we were 70 off of the center line, so that's pretty close. We said the overall height was 80. So I want to, now when you get out of that, and we'll go back to base, so that's pretty close. And then 40 or 4, and we had a want to double check that measurement. The have a diameter of 40, so radius of 20. Circular cuts at the top of the object. All right, so its dimension is 30 from the outside. I'm going to stay with my geometry, and then 8. I just wanted to see if it was gonna pick that. So, all right. So when we window pick, we go left to right, and it grabs the geometry. If I go right to left, it grabs everything. So I do want to illustrate that the left to right. we would have to go back and get the mirror about. That is handy if there are other center lines or other geometry to contend with. So I'm going to go with the center point straight slot. And it's trying to find some other geometry, but let's go horizontal. And then we'll drop in our dimensions. We get 16 and an overall of 60. So I'm going to go with the 30 by 30. And then the distance of 44. All right, so let's see what we get. Extrude out. We've got one region, so it'll go 10 millimeters. Our material, edit the material, we'll go to the search, 1020, AISI, and apply, close. All right, so our evaluate and mass properties, we'll go to the answers. I got 75, 216. Let's see if we can get that one in there. 75, 203 was pretty close. And yeah, you just got to kind of come back to rounding errors, but being in metric, and whole numbers, it's kind of hard to say that there was a fractional or something. Now, oh yeah, the 5 millimeter. So let's see if that 5 millimeter for two places actually made. If anything, it seems like it would take material away. But since that's something that I forgot, and I looked directly at it and said, mentioned it. So evaluate mass properties, and yeah, it went to 202. So not a lot, but it is closer to the 75, 203. All right, so not coming up. I would like to see exact numbers, but in this case, what else did we have on that? If you're playing along at home, 594.1 grams if we round that up, and then the center of mass with the origin at the bottom back. All right, so decent little project utilizing the symmetry.